welcome to True Love Exclusive. My name is Carol Mandy, and today we are having a candid conversation with the beautiful, beautiful Tanasha. Donna. Tanasha, welcome.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
It's wonderful for us to have you. She's an amazing musician, an entrepreneur, and an inspirational voice to young women. Tanasha, your music is doing extremely well right now. You know your songs are in the top 5.
Hey, thank you. Thank
How
you
does
so
that
much.
feel?
It feels amazing, especially because 2 of the songs out of the top 5, out of those 4 songs, I never did any promo for, and are not even out in any other digital platform yet, because I'm actually still working on it.
Yes.
So I was really shocked to see that they made it to top 5. I'm really happy about that.
They are amazing. My favorite is Gary and as
everyone's
La Vie
favorite. Oh,
as
thank
well.
you.
I love that
Thank
one as
you.
well. So
Kenyans love La Vie for some reason. They really love this song. Yeah.
Wow. So how has just, everything that's happening globally, how is that impacting you in terms of being able to push out your music or any of the work that you're doing?
Well, I think it's had a global impact on everybody right now in terms of business. I'm sure you can also relate. You're such a well-established businesswoman. But it's keeping me in the studio. I'm writing songs right now. I was meant to release a lot of videos actually, shoot videos and release them. But now I had to put that all on pending because the world is globally going through this pandemic.
And you're right, in terms of we need to keep safe. And that's, part of what the discussion we're going to have today. Okay. Of course, you're the True Love cover for the month of April. You look amazing on the cover.
Thank you.
And we're so thrilled that you were on the cover as well. And what we wanted to talk about today is your journey to healing. Because I think when everybody is thinking about you right now, they're thinking about the music and how great that's doing.
You must say chocolate monster. Sorry, I contemplate on that. And baby, better write for me and show me that you're mine.
But they're also thinking about the heartbreak.
True.
The fact that you've gone through a heartbreak. I think just about a month ago, when you went on Instagram and you talked about your heartbreak from Diamond Platinums. And so I think the question is, how are you doing? I think every woman can relate to that because we've all been heartbroken at one point or another, and so we really just want to talk about your healing. So how are you doing? You look amazing, but how are you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing good. I see myself as a strong woman. I think, like you said, it's something every woman goes through. You may have certain expectations when you get into a relationship or a friendship or whatever it is, business. But now we're talking about relationships. So you can get into the relationship, have certain expectations, and things don't turn out exactly the way you planned them to. So that's where you decide. Is it worth fighting for, or do you feel like, I had all these expectations and now it's not working out, so I can't handle this anymore? So that becomes a decision you have to make in the relationship. And at the end of the day, we do what's best for us.
For yourself.
And for yourself, most importantly. And that's what I want to encourage a lot of women out there to do, is do what's best for you at the end of the day. Look deep down in yourself and ask yourself, are you happy in the situation that you are? Because I feel like it all boils down to happiness at the end of the day. If you find yourself stuck in a situation and you're not happy, but you keep trying to find these excuses as to why this will work, but it's still not working out, then you have to look at yourself and say, I have a decision to make. And it's not going to be an easy one, but I have to make it for me.
Someone said that, loving you shouldn't mean that I'm divorcing myself
No.
from myself. That, you know, when you're in a relationship and you love someone, you shouldn't lose yourself. Or it shouldn't destroy you because you love this person. Do you agree?
I agree, and I can say that I've been in 3 serious, or I would say 2 serious relationships in my life, and I learned something from all those relationships. So I never have regrets regardless. I would never say, oh, I regret this happening. No, everything happens for a reason, and it's never a failure, always a lesson at the end of the day. But like you said, a lot of women tend to, including myself, I've been there, you enter this relationship and you slowly lose yourself in that relationship, and that's where you start getting comfortable. And when you get comfortable in a relationship, it's actually not a healthy thing. It's not a good thing, because every individual should have their own personal lives, their own careers going on, their own dreams, but still be compatible together, still complement one another, you know. And women, especially in our African culture, I'm glad things are changing now and times are changing, because we live in a conscious era, like my manager likes to tell me, and we live in a female era, and people are women are starting to now slowly know their value. But unfortunately, there's still a lot of women stuck thinking that as a woman, I need to do what my man wants, you know. I need to be the perfect wife, you know, take care of the kids. That's what every woman should do. Submit, you know. I like that you mentioned submit, you know. But if you really look at it from a logical perspective and not an emotional perspective, that can end up being really toxic.
It can be abuse.
It ends up being abuse.
It can be abuse. And you know, for you, because you are also in a relationship with Diamond, who's, I guess, you know, a really big star. You know, did you ever feel that you were losing yourself to his public persona and his world that is so huge? And did you have to keep reminding yourself, this is Tanasha, this is what Tanasha wants, this is what Tanasha feels, beyond the huge, you know, public person that he is?
Yes, at some point I was a bit lost, I would say, because now there's a child involved.
Yes.
And now I'm thinking of my son, you know, not only me. I have to think of my son. I don't want my son to grow up without a father. I'm really trying to fight for this relationship, but I can't be the only one fighting.
Yes.
So I had to think of what's best for me and my son too, you know. But then towards the end, things were getting rocky. Things got rocky for a while now. I would say 6 months, but we were still trying to see how we can make it work. And then it got to a point where you feel like the other person has just lost interest. And it's not because of anything emotional. I would say it's because of not living up to certain expectations he had in the relationship. It's nobody's fault. Hey, everyone's wired the way they are, you know. And when you don't live up to this person's expectations, for some people it's not easy to handle, you know. Some people, they feel like, you know what, I already have so much going on in my mind, I can't handle this because I had this expectation. For some people it's not easy to handle. For some people it's okay. You'll be like, okay. But I would say that's where things started going down, because I wanted to really be my own person as well as be in this relationship. When you love yourself, you'll be able to love in a relationship. You'll be able to love your family, your child. So it's self-love. It's self-love that I taught myself out of this, and less expectations. Feel like the other person has just lost interest, and it's not because of anything emotional. I would say it's because of not living up to certain expectations he had in the relationship. It's nobody's fault. Hey, everyone's wired the way they are, you know. And when you don't live up to this person's expectations, for some people it's not easy to handle, you know. Some people, they feel like, you know what, I already have so much going on in my mind, I can't handle this because I had this expectation. For some people it's not easy to handle. For some people it's okay. You'll feel like, okay. But I would say that's where things started going down, because I wanted to really be my own person as well as be in this relationship. When you love yourself, you'll be able to love in a relationship. You'll be able to love your family, your child. So it's self-love. It's self-love that I taught myself out of this, and less expectations.